Breaking now at 3, an update from state leaders with Georgia's presidential primary underway. I'm Alan Devlin.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. The nation is watching to see if President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump pick up enough delegates in the race to the White House. Let's give you a live look right now at polling sites across Norcross. This is in Gwinnett County. Voters trickling in all day at the Lucky Shoals Park Community Rec Center as voting gets underway. Georgia's Secretary of State just provided an update a short time ago. Atlanta News First anchor and attorney Joy has that information for us. Joy?
Well, Tracy and Alan, President Biden and former President Trump clearly headlined today's ballot for the presidential primary. Georgia is one of 4 states that could seal Mr. Trump's historic GOP nomination. This state helped oust him from the Oval Office in 2020. But this morning, Governor Kemp threw his support behind the former president. The Secretary of State's office has reported a few minor issues at the polls today. In Gwinnett County, voter cards were forgotten. In Charlton County, precincts opened late. In the Newington precinct, there was a paper jam, and Cobb County sent out incorrect polling locations. Nevertheless, the Secretary of State reports an otherwise smooth primary day and is encouraging everyone to go cast their ballot.
We all can fuss about Washington, D.C., and you can't do much about that. But city council, county commissioner, those are really important races because that determines really the future of your community. And then school boards, that determines the future of our children. And that's really important also.
And if you have not yet cast your ballots, polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight. Tracy?
Joy, thank you. And with our state in the national spotlight, Georgia voters are making sure their vote counts.
But this primary election is not like previous years. Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm tells us so far, turnout is light.
With Georgia's primary happening after so many other key states, it seems like only the most dedicated voters are showing up. Still, what happens today in this battleground state will give each party a glimpse at voter enthusiasm or lack thereof.
All right, so you can take this over to any open machine.
Presidential primary elections in Georgia sometimes generate a lot of excitement and a steady stream of voters. This is not that primary.
I wish I could have voted independent, but that was not an option.
With it all but decided that President Joe Biden will be in a rematch with former President Donald Trump, there just hasn't been a lot of enthusiasm among voters. Some who are showing up aren't shy about telling us which party's ballot they chose and which candidate.
Government needs to be cleaned up, and Donald Trump hopefully will do it.
Who did you vote for?
Biden.
This particular election has actually driven me to change my party affiliation. I wanted to make sure I came out and supported Donald Trump today.
Joe Biden.
Go right that way. Okay. Thank you.
These voters tell me they try to take part in every election, even a primary like this, when the top candidates' inter-party rivals have either dropped out or don't have much name recognition.
Neither candidate gets their delegates until they get their votes. And if no one turns out to vote, really?
I hope that, people make their voices heard one way or another, right or left. I think it's our responsibility to do as such. And, if people want change, then the way that they're going to do is at the ballot.
The polls close at 7 o'clock tonight. Remember, this is not like early voting. You must show up at your assigned precinct. And don't forget to bring a government-issued photo ID. In Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
So right now, Georgia continues to play a pivotal role in determining how November is going to play out. Atlanta News First will bring you live presidential primary results tonight at 7:30. You can watch live on Atlanta News First Plus through Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, or YouTube.